Değerli bilim insanları, kıymetli
valuable
misafirler,
scientists,
hanımefendiler, beyefendiler,
valuable guests,
sevgili gençler,
ladies and gentlemen, dear
sizleri en
youth,
kalbi duygularımla,
I would like to greet you
sevgiyle,
all
saygıyla
cordially,
selamlıyorum.
wholeheartedly, and with
Türkiye'nin en
respect.
saygın bilim ödülleri töreni olan
The most
TÜBİTAK ve
respected
TÜBA bilim ödülleri töreninde
Science
bilim
Awards
insanlarımızı
ceremony of Turkey,
ve değerli
TÜBA
misafirlerimizi
Academy
milletin evinde
Prizes,
ağırlamaktan
and
duyduğum
TÜBA and
memnuniyeti
TÜBİTAK Science
özellikle ifade etmek
Awards
istiyorum.
ceremony is held at the
Eskiler
home of our nation,
şerefül
the
mekan
presidential
bil mekin,
presidential
yani
complex, and I'm
ilk
very
mekanın
happy for
şerefi
that.
orada bulunanlardan gelir derlerdi. Cumhurbaşkanlığı Külliyesi'nin
The honor
kıymetini
of a venue
bugüne kadar milletimizin
comes
tüm
from
kesimlerinden içinde misafir
those who
ettiği
are in it,
güzel insanlardan
is the
gelir.
saying that our
Bu
ancestors
mekana değer veren
had. And the
şehit
beauty of the
yakanı
presidential
ve
complex comes
gazilerimizden
from,
sporcularımıza,
indeed, from
muhtarlarımızdan
the people who are in it,
öğretmenlerimize,
from our martyrs to our
engellilerimizden
veterans,
ilim
from
ve
our
kültür
muhtars to
insanlarımıza
teachers,
kadar
from the disabled
84
citizens
milyon
to
olarak
the people of arts
birlikte
and
sahip
science.
çıktığımız
All 84
birliğimizdir.
million of this country
Beraberliğimiz
own up together
kardeşliğimizdir.
at this place and
İşte
across the
bu
country
mekanda
to our
bugün
fraternity,
bilime,
to our
kültüre
unity
adamış bilim
and togetherness.
insanlarını
And at this very
çağın ciddi
venue, we
işlere imza
have
atacak
scientists
genç
who devoted their
araştırmacıları
lives to
ağırlamak da
science,
bizi
and
bir
also
başka
young
sevindiriyor,
scientists
bir
who
başka
have made
gururlandırıyor.
breakthroughs. And
Her
it
yıl
is
TÜBİTAK ve TÜBA
distinctively
bilim
a
ödüllerinin
source of
sahipleriyle
pride
burada
and
buluşan
as well
artık
pleasure
bir
for us
geleneği
to
de
host them here.
iyice yerleştirdiğimize
TÜBA
inanıyorum.
now regularly organizes
Araştırmalarıyla
these
dünyaya ün
events,
veren,
and I believe we have made it into a
hayatımızı
tradition,
kolaylaştıran,
giving guidance
ülkemizin
to our life
münezzeh yarınları
with
için
research,
gecesini
making our
gündüzüne
lives
katan
easier,
tüm bilim
spending their
insanlarımıza
nights and
milletim
days.
adına
Indeed,
şükranlarımı
scientists
sunuyorum.
deserve special
Bu
thanks,
yıl
and I would
66
like to
bilim
extend
insanımız
my gratitude
yaptıkları çığır açıcı
for their great
çalışmalarla
work and studies on
TÜBİTAK
behalf of my
ve
nation. With
TÜBA
their studies
ödüllerine
and
layık
breakthroughs,
görüyorum.
60
Bugün
researchers will
TÜBİTAK
be the
bilim
recipients
ödülünü
of
3,
TÜBA and TÜBİTAK
TÜBİTAK
Science
Teşvik
Awards.
ödülünü ise
Three
14
people
bilim
will be
insanımıza
receiving
takdim
TÜBİTAK
edeceğiz.
Science
Aynı
Awards, and
şekilde
also the
3 bilim
14
insanımıza
scientists
TÜBA
and also
Uluslararası
14
Akademi
scientists
Ödülü,
will be
37
receiving
üstün
TÜBA
başarılı genç araştırmacımıza da
awards
TÜBA
for
tebrik ödülü
encouragement.
vereceğiz.
And we will
Bilimsel
be
tesisler
presenting
ödülleri
three
programı
awards
kapsamında
to
ise
TÜBA,
9
a Young
Türkçe
Scientist Award
bilimsel
program,
telif
and
eser,
also
TÜBA
within the
TESEP
framework of
ödüllerini
scientific
aldı.
authored book
TÜBİTAK ve
awards,
TÜBA
9
bilim ödüllerini alan
recipients
bilim
will be
insanlarımızın her
presented
biri
with their
kendi
prizes and awards.
disiplinlerinde seçkin
All
çalışmalar gerçekleştiren,
recipients are
bilime
figures who
uluslararası
have
düzeyde
conducted
katkıda
unique,
bulunmuş isimlerdir.
authentic works,
Tabii
studies in their
ödül alan
areas,
bilim
and
insanlarımızın
contributed to science
yaklaşık üçte birine
significantly.
tekabül eden
Almost one third
vergilerinin
of the
kadın olması
recipients,
bizim
indeed
için
20,
ayrı bir
one of the
gurur
recipients,
vesilesidir.
are women,
İnşallah bu
and
ödüller
this is another source
Türkiye'de
of
bilimsel
pride
faaliyet yürüten
for us,
herkes için
indeed. And
birer
hopefully
teşvik
these
unsuru olacak.
prizes
Bilimin
will be
yaygınlaşması ve
a source of
benimsenmesinde
inspiration and
önemli bir görev
encouragement
icra edecek.
for many more scientists and
2021
serve
TÜBİTAK
to the purpose
ve
of
TÜBA
disseminating
bilim
science and
ödülleri
knowledge more.
töreninin bilim
TÜBA
camiasına
and
hayırlı
TÜBİTAK
olmasını
Science
diliyor.
Awards
Ödül alan bilim
2021
insanlarımızı
hopefully will be
ayrıca
auspicious
tebrik
for
ediyorum.
everyone, and I congratulate
Kıymetli misafirler,
specifically the
insanlığa
recipients
faydalı
of the
çalışmaların
awards. Distinguished
ulaşılan
guests,
medeniyet
studies
seviyesinin sembolü
that benefit the
ve tüm
humanity
insanlığın
are the
ortak
symbols
değeri
of the
olduğuna
level of
inanıyoruz.
civilization reached, and also
Ancak
the values,
hak
common
tesliminin
values
de
of
ihmal
the
edilmemesi
whole
gerekir.
humanity. However, we
Batı
have to
medeniyeti
give it to
her ne kadar
those who
referans
really
vermekten
deserve it.
imtina etse
Even
de
though the Western
bugün bilimde
civilization
varılan
avoid
seviyenin temelleri
referring or
Doğu
citing, the
medeniyeti
level of
tarafından
science in our
oturmuştur.
day has been
Buradaki Doğu
elevated
ve Batı
by the
kavramlarını
Eastern civilization, and the
yaşadığımız
grounds were laid by the Eastern
coğrafyayı merkez
civilization.
olarak kullanıyoruz.
I use the
Mezopotamya,
we use the
Mısır,
terms West and
Yunan
East
ve
on
Roma
the basis of the
uygarlıklarından sonra
geography we are
kaybolduğu
located.
ilmi,
Science,
İslam medeniyeti
which was
adeta
almost
yeniden
disappearing
ayağa kaldırmıştır.
after the Roman and the
Şöyle tarihe
Egyptian
kısa bir yolculuk yaptığımızda
empires, was brought high up again with the Eastern civilizations. When the West was going through the Dark Ages, the East was going through its golden age. The scientists of the time, of the era, indeed emerged from our geography of hearts. Ibn Sina, Bruni, Ömer Hayyam are the figures who made history under our flag of civilization. Ali Kushu, Hazarfen, Ahmet Çelebi indeed made their inventions on this soil. And of course, not only will we be proud of our past works, however, without building a bridge from the past into the future, we cannot foresee the future. When the West advanced in technology and science, we, on the face of many acts of injustice and oppression, fell behind, but there is also a share of our own mistakes. That's why it is not a solution to make amends. But what we have to do is to produce, work hard, and be the pioneers of novelties and innovation. As we always reiterate, a brave man, a brave person would always get up, and those courageous would always be present where they deserve. And with this principle, with the policies we have been practicing for more than 19 years, we have been the pioneers and predecessors of science and innovation, and we continue to do so. Science is the backbone of independence, of Turkey's political independence as well. Science, technology, and innovation are the values which need to be adapted by the whole country, and within this perspective we have taken concrete steps within the framework of scientific programs, from human resources, human capital, to productivity, from RD to all areas relevant. We have been making progress, and we continue to do so. The universities, public research centers, and as well as technology development centers have been further improved in their quality and quantity. For our scientists, engineers, researchers, and even our kids at elementary or primary school years are supported with all the more and more allocated resources. The late Emerich said science is a never-ending conquest, and for that never-ending conquest we need to bring up new conquerors and have new conquests that do never end in science. The trial and error, or try and make workshops are what have been established so far for our children, young children and students, so that they can experience and participate in many scientific fields. And at Technofest, the youth that participate to competitions are working hard to be among the inventors of the future. They race against one another, and they put efforts into all they do, and all those investments and novelties and practices are the harbingers of the news that many more people, such as Professor Aziz Sancar, will emerge. And this is how we call on our scientists. With those children do spend day and night and relentlessly, and in the realm of science, the unique rivers should quench your thirst and have you flow with its course. Within this perspective, TÜBİTAK International Leader Researchers Program indeed helped 127 researchers bring their studies to our country, and there's international scientists, foreign scientists. Even though I wouldn't want to call them foreign, we have global international scientists who have brought their studies here. For example, Eric Jepsen, in terms of climate change and lake restorations, brought his studies to our country. Dr. Maria Meltiwize in our country. She studied on the obesity and also the neurotransmitters, and established the neuro research laboratory. Professor Imano Dimitrov is an expert in molecular biology and genetics, and now continues with his studies in our country. And now all these professors also do educate young scientists at PhD programs. The international Leader Scientists program hopefully will contribute more to the human capital of our country, and we will have more of them. And another program is the International Researchers Program, and we established a similar program for the scientists in our country. Scientists who have relocated in our country do study from in the fields from biotechnology to nanotechnology, from robotics to many areas, are now conducting high budget-oriented projects, and even a high-level, highly qualified a single product could create significant added value in our country. The young people brought up and educated by our professors may come our way with $1 billion worth of innovations. Therefore, to support highly qualified scientists in our country is a responsibility we all have on our shoulders. The support by TÜBİTAK, all the incentives provided, are now being diversified for the coming years. The post-PhD scholarship to be granted for the name of Professor Aziz Sanjak was already declared, and we will be starting that as of next year. Professor Sanjar will be personally choosing the researchers who will be involved in the program and will be studying with them in his own laboratory. And I, from here, would like to make an announcement for another scholarship program. Having spent all his life to science and coming up with many valuable studies, many breakthroughs, Professor Ali Sezgin is a crucial figure, and for his name we will start a new scholarship program for PhD and post-PhD studies. With the help of this scholarship to be granted, we will be opening the path for scientific studies to be conducted and more scientists to rise. The interest towards basic science, positive science such as mathematics, biology, chemistry, is not at the desired level in our country, as you all reckon. And to tackle that, we are taking various measures to give direction to our young people for fundamental sciences. We are granting achievement scholarships for more than 2,300 students, and the companies that do employ the graduates of basic sciences are supported with salary incentives. And with such incentives and support programs, we aim to make sure that our youth has more interest towards and in basic fundamental sciences. And we want to bring in a momentum for that to ensure that the scientific studies are conducted in a healthy way. It is also significant to make sure that the necessary infrastructure is provided. Therefore, the thematic research centers at universities are invested in a lot and to a significant degree. And the technological capability of a university comes through as a result of studies and also through articles, research reports, and basic fundamental technologies. To be able to reach a high quality technology, the seeds are planted in and around basic sciences. That's why we support the thematic research centers and laboratories at universities, and we take steps to support science and scientific studies. When we speak of science, one of the institutions that come to mind for our country is TÜBA, Turkish Academy of Sciences. Every event, every initiative, and every study they conduct contribute tremendously to our scientific world. And the Turk Islam study and specific authored book and text book writing initiatives contributed much. Another great work we meticulously concentrate on is the dictionary of Turkish language, and this dictionary will contribute tremendously to the production, creation of science in our own language. And I would like to thank the TÜBA, Turkish Academy of Sciences, for their great contributions. In particular, recently, Turkey has been making a lot of investments in technology and science, and also for investors, for scientists. We do invest. And technology is brought to higher levels thanks to such investments and Turkey walks towards its goals. And I would like to give you a few examples in this regard. In a global innovation index, Turkey ranked up by 10 points and made it to the 41st rank, and has made the most significant progress among the top 50 of the index. In the 2021 progress report of the European Commission, the studies so far have been appreciated as they are of high level. And I would like to make a call to the whole world from here. Keep watching us. Technological independence is the guarantee of political independence, and this is how we will continue working. The power of countries is measured by their capacity in advanced technologies. The point we are in at industrial development and technology is appreciated and recognized by the whole world. The analyses that show that Turkey come among the top in such fields do increase in number. We have worked a lot and showed a lot of perseverance and made a lot of sacrifices for this. For years, we have not yielded to the conditions imposed on us, and we took the matters to our own hands as we showed the will for it. We have now been among the few countries and we are gearing up and continue walking on our path to be among the top countries that are distinct. In the coronavirus pandemic and its challenging climate, Turkey has positively differentiated itself and closes this year with growth plus figures. And in export, we have achieved a figure of $221 billion. The days when we will have a current account surplus are not far. The impacts of the the global pandemic continues, including inflation in many areas, such as the breaking points in industrial supply do continue as well. Turkey's economy, which is a part of a global economy, of course, feels the impacts of those challenges throughout such a period. However, over the past 19 years, we have endured that storm thanks to the production capacity we have developed, and we have tested our resistance multiple times, and we have entered into such an era with our resilient economy. Our compass is added value production, and our route is on production, investment, export, employment, and growth. And our goal is to make it to the top 10 economies of the world. Even more so, we are close to that goal as we have never been. Through the instruments we have developed and the roadmaps we have drawn, we have made it out of the vicious circle and the gear of instability that some wanted to push us into and did in the past. However, we liberated our country from those. Over the past 19 years, just like we have adorned our country with such a strong infrastructure and democracy, we likewise have no doubt that we will be attaining our other goals in the upcoming periods. And to achieve, we need technology and the pushing power of technology, which is science. Science starts with the children and for the children at the kindergarten years and has to be kept in the agenda as a top item for everyday people. The Technofest generation will continue growing with its uproar. We have the human capital power to make all these come true. We have the steadfastness and also the perseverance necessary for it. Just like we have done it so for our vision for 2023. For our 2053 goals as well, we will achieve with the efforts of our scientists. And with these thoughts in mind, I would like to once again thank to everyone who contributed to the organization of TÜBA and TÜBİTAK Science Awards. I would like to once again congratulate all the recipients of the awards and prizes. I would like to thank to each and every one of you. Stay in health.
Bilim ödülleri için bir müddet daha sahnede misafir etmek isteriz. Sağ olunuz efendim. Efendim Cumhurbaşkanımız Sayın Recep Tayyip Erdoğan'a günün anlam ve önemine binaen hediyelerini arz etmek üzere Sanayi ve Teknoloji Bakanımız Sayın Mustafa Varank'ı davet ediyorum. Sayın Varank'a refakat etmek üzere Sayın Şeker ve Sayın Mandal'ı da davet etmek istiyorum. Buyursunlar lütfen. Efendim TÜBİTAK